Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be making a knife from this old skill saw blade. Back when I was a carpenter we would get these all the time and they would just be thrown away, but I actually kept like 5 or 6 of them. So we're going to see if we can make a knife out of this. My idea is to make a Karambit style. Just cut it right out and then forge it a little bit to keep it straight, heat treat it, quench it, and then put a handle on it. But the first thing is we have to see, is it hard right now? I got my HRC testing kit. We're going to start at 60 and see how hard this blade is. 60 HRC is gouging in very deeply. So I move over to 55, test that. It's still gouging in, and as you'll see, I try 50, then 45, and then 40 HRC, and it's still gouging it. After testing it with the 40 HRC file, I realized why the saw blade itself is so soft. You wouldn't want it to be brittle and hard and break while it's running. That's a no-go. I went ahead and I tested out the teeth, and they are very brittle and over 60 HRC. So that's the only hard part in the whole blade. As you see, these little brittle pieces just snap right off. That's the actual carbide bits. I took it over to my 2x72 and did a spark test, and as you can see, the sparks flower or burst at the ends, meaning that it has good carbon. So this should be hardenable. I decided I'd move ahead and start cutting it out and then heat treat it and hope it works. Because the steel is so soft, it's really easy to grind it away and shape it. I did most of the work while it was soft and then hardened it. You do have to be more cautious when the steel is this thin because it's more likely to warp. So when you do put it inside the forge, you want to run it through a few thermal cycles to kind of ease the steel. So here it is, all cut out and shaped. I haven't done anything yet with the hole that's going to be in the bottom of the handle. I'm going to do that after the quench because that'll still be soft. I'm going to put this in the forge and heat it up to a nice red heat. I'm not sure exactly how hot it has to be, so I'm just going to kind of experiment and see what works. I think I heated it up around 1600 degrees. First we're going to do 3 thermal cycles. I didn't want this thing to warp at all, so I want the steel to be as relaxed as I could get it. I heated it up to about 1400 the first time, and then 1500, and then 1550. I'm going to use this rasp file to make the thumb hole for a knife. This file has really sharp teeth that chew away the material quickly. Now that all of our shaping is done and our thermal cycles are complete, we're going to get ready for the quench. I love how this is feeling. I'm going to quench this in Parks 50 fast quench oil and then do a file test. I tested it with the 55 first and it skated well, and then I tested it with the 60 HRC and it's skating it pretty well too. There's a few places where it's digging in. I'm not sure why. It could be just the heat in different places is warmer, but the whole thing is pretty much 60 HRC. I'm not going to do a fancy finish with this knife. I just ground it to 120 grit and then sharpened it and then did a black spray paint finish. I'm going to wrap the handle in 550 paracord. Give it a nice tactical look. here it is, all completed and looking nice. I really like this knife. This is one of the builds I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I finally got to do it. I have moved since then from the west side of Washington to the east side, so I'm going to be starting up my new videos here really soon. It took me a while just getting everything moved over, but I think I'm all set and ready to go. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and you all have a great one.